Just a lot of so much of what Kalos was. Something I think about all the time because I just like those games so much is that the 3D era was really special to me, at least. Just the way that the games felt, because physically, well, not like in my hands, but like the way that the regions physically feel. So much of it is built in forced perspective, and they do some really cool I get almost ceremonial camera work in X and Y, where you get to like see these cliff sides and stuff. And there's the waterfall town where you get to you sit on a bench that you get to actually look up at the waterfall,
and it changes the camera angle and everything. Yeah, if you could explore one other city in Kalos besides Lumiose, like on this scale or any other area, which would it be?
Probably I guess kind of the central stretch below Lumiose. It's like the bug gym leader is in this town, and then to the left of it, there's just so much great stuff. There's the place based on the Palace of Versailles. There's the Battle Chateau. There's this beautiful river. There's a farm. There's the Gemstone Cavern, like that.
Yeah.
That central location was and if you sit at the bench by the chateau, the camera will look up and you'll get to see the flowing river behind you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Skilling Podcast, where we chat and get to know passionate content creators, competitive players, and all voices who continue to make the Pokemon community incredible. Today's guest is no stranger to the channel. They are the great Pokemon philosopher of our time, loving the Pokemon universe at large, but constantly seeking to share the secrets of the uncommon beauty within. It is our friend Droomish. Welcome back, my friend. How are you doing?
Hey, good.
Good.
Love it. Awesome. Yeah, I know we're just chatting. It's just we were just saying, like, it's just crazy. It's been we had Droomish on when Logan and I first started the channel back in like late 2020. What was the exact date of our first chat, Logan? I could probably pull up the channel quick.
I think I remember it was in October-ish or
something
November-ish,
like that.
because we just started and I was emailing people that I was like, I had a list of people that I was like, I really would like, it'd be cool if we could get these people on the show, and just people I love on their channels and things like that. And Droomish, you had just kind of like, you had kind of been an uprising star at the time. I come across your shorts and I reached out to you and you got back to us, and it was like, there's no way, so it was one of those cool moments. I remember it being either late October, I think, of 2023.
I'm looking at it. It's 2 years tomorrow, actually.
Is it 2 years tomorrow?
2 years tomorrow. October 12th, 2023. Yeah. So there you have it.
And you've been up to a ton of stuff recently. I mean, I've noticed that you've been on a couple. I mean, you also collabed with our buddy Pokedoku, the Pokedoku team, like a while ago. That was about a year ago, I think, or something like that. But I saw your video there. You started your own podcast. I mean, talking about coming out of the Petalburg woods. We're hearing that you have a podcast now, which is super cool. I was listening to that the other day as well. So how's that all been going? Like, how's your project? You've been growing your channel as well, doing a bunch of fun stuff. What's been kind of your favorite projects that you've been working on recently?
I have a lot to say, I guess. That's what I always feel. That was why I like doing stuff like this, because we just get to talk. And like, I don't know, y'all like emailed me at that point as I just love talking about Pokemon, and I just I'd always wanted to do like I don't know, I always want to do more, but I need like, I don't know, I'm very perfectionist, I guess, and I needed like I felt like I needed the perfect person to do a podcast with, and I needed to like, if ever anybody's ever going to edit with me, they have to be perfect. Just these are not constructive ideas ultimately, but just like I want to be, I want to create perfectly, and happens a little bit slow in the end, but I really have a good time with every video that I make, I think. I haven't not had fun in years now, so I like talking about Pokemon and being with Pokemon people pretty well. I think it's just, I don't know, I'm just feeling good, especially this is usually a harder time of the year for me, but I'm just having a good time making talking about it. I don't know, I could go on and on about so many things.
I love that.
That's so cool. You started your podcast with your friend. Is it Caprio? Is that? I'm just making sure I'm pronouncing that right.
Caprio is his name.
Caprio. Yeah. That's awesome. And I was listening to some podcasts and things like that. You guys were chatting about, you guys have been dabbling in the VGC scene a little bit. This is like what I was also, it's just like Shower Thought Central where you guys are exploring the world of, what could be in the Pokemon world. And I love it so much. So, but recently, so with the VGC scene, like how's that been?
Yeah, I'm
You just kind
curious.
of
I'm
have
gonna
fun
ask
with
about
that a little
that.
bit?
Oh, I mean, it's okay. It's a hard game. Like
it's hard.
It
It's
is.
so hard.
I really didn't want it to be fun. I was roped into it a few times, and every time I was like, dang, I hate that you're fun. I just want to play the way that I play. I hate that I want to be good at this. I hate that I want to level up, so to speak. And
Yeah.
I got my my game store of choice. I got them to host us, just me and some people every week.
That's cool.
go and lab and play games. It's just fun. I think I'm at that point with it right now. I maybe go to like, I don't even know if I can like physically retain for a regional or something, because I was like reading about it, and like if you don't drop,
That's so
like if you don't go
crazy.
0-2, you're like just like thinking deep Pokemon like for an entire day, and you start in the morning and you're tired. It's like, oh my god, okay, well, maybe, but it's fun to engage with it this way, because I guess it's the serious way, or like it's their serious way. Every way is serious.
Yeah.
My little thing is serious too, but I don't know, the way that they play, it's very interesting. I like the change perspective.
It is really fun.
I was listening back to the episode where you guys were talking about that, and I just had you guys said it in there where it was like that the Pokemon, it's like one of the only games where the main, like the actual game that you buy and you're playing through is not teaching you how to play the competitive way. And I was like, yes, it doesn't make any sense, like why they don't have a VGC mode or anything on there to like go, this is the professional play. And so I was just like, this is shouting out to my inner soul right now, because it doesn't make any sense.
It is kind of funny.
It does.
Structured.
It's crazy to me where there's not any other mode to play VGC or anything like that, or like even have a singles division. Like I don't get that either 100%. Like where, because I think like in Stadium, you could do 6 mons and then you chose 3. So like it could be a similar format, I think, for VGC, where how you have 6 mons and you choose 4. So I don't know. I just think I like sitting there. It's like it's so interesting how they went with that way, and they don't. The main line of the play does not teach you how to play the competitive part of the game. So
it's anomalous. I guess they're gonna fix it. With champions. Like they're okay. They know how to make games that are fun. So it's like I always think that like with Nintendo, it's like it's okay that you're like 5 or 10 years behind. You guys know how to make games that are fun. So
exactly,
like
it works out.
It'll be fine eventually. So next year, I'm sure we'll have VGC mode.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. That'd be really cool. I think it'd be super cool. So, kind of as we're getting into this now, we've kind of all gotten together today. Next week is a pretty exciting date of the ZA Legends drop. And one of my favorite parts of our last chat was we got into a little bit of our love for X and Y and the amazing lore there, and then we also chatted about kind of the gaps that we noticed in the game, or I mean, we even mentioned it. I believe you mentioned it, Drumish, where there was like the kernels of a second of a Pokemon Z, and it just never came into fruition fully. So we kind of want to get into this, and so, but kind of like some background info, set up, obviously stuff. I've been researching all day to make sure I'm getting my points right. I'm going to miss stuff, of course, but what are we all thinking about? So it takes place in Lumiose City, urban development, redevelopment, things like that are going on. What are your guys' opinions? Are you thinking it's going to be like in the future? Is it in? I saw a theory or like a little post somewhere where it's like there's no go-go taxis, so it's probably in the past because the Pokemon aren't integrated. What do you guys think? What's the
That's funny.
What's like the start here? Like what are we thinking?
maybe like 10, 20 years in the future,
from
maybe
X
a
and
little
Y?
less. Yeah,
Okay.
because I try pretty hard not to look at stuff, but I've
Yeah.
particularly enjoyed the official promos this time. Like can I talk about those? Like
Yeah.
like the okay.
Go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
Of
good.
course,
We'll have a little disclaimer.
Like their official Mega Victory Bell release is really cool, and it kind of scared me a little bit. I thought that was fun and like a nice stylistic look inside the universe. But the Looker's little friend is there, and she's like an adult now, so it has to be like 10, 15
At least
years.
something like
20
that.
years. That
maybe.
makes sense. Is her name Natalie? Is that right?
Emma.
Emma.
Sweet Emma.
I'm totally forgetting something. I read something off. But yeah, no, that's right. I forgot that he had that little friend and that she's an adult now. That's crazy. I didn't even put that together. That's awesome.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So 10, 20, that's a good point.
I'm curious, I know some people have had like mixed opinions, but just different opinions on the idea that it's not just we're returning to Lumiose City; it's that we're focusing entirely on like one specific area of the region at large. And there's a lot you can do with that. A lot of ways to make the city vibrant. I know we're gonna have like designated sections where there are wild Pokemon and underground things, like obviously going on rooftops, things like that. How do you feel overall about the return to Lumiose City and that kind of being like, this is the game, we're going to be here? Whereas, of course, in Legends Arceus, we had the Hisui region.
Yeah. That is weird. I still think it's sort of weird.
Right.
I think that it was done, I don't know, very intentionally. I don't think that I would really like to see some of those places in and around Kalos, but I also kind of feel like they wouldn't. I don't know. They just a lot of so much of what Kalos was. Something I think about all the time because I just like those games so much is that the 3D era was really special to me, at least. Just the way that the games felt because I don't physically, well, not like in my hands, but like the way that the regions physically feel. So I guess I'm talking about Kalos and Alola here.
Yeah.
The two, and I guess the new Hoenn also kind of, but I guess you can see it there too. So much of it is built in forced perspective, and they do some really cool like I guess almost ceremonial camera work in X and Y, where you get to like see these cliff sides and stuff. And there's the waterfall town where you get to you sit on a bench that you get to look up at the waterfall,
and it changes the camera angle and everything. Yeah.
And if you sit at the bench by the chateau, the camera will like look up and you'll get to see the flowing river behind you. This is beautiful, and it's like I don't like I'm being the forced perspective is not bad, and open or not open world is not bad, because I mean I guess in many cases it could be, I suppose, but I feel like they always are very intentional about what they show, and it's like it's they're making a show, so it's like these forced perspectives and these specific camera angles are like, oh, like they picked that just for me. This is what they wanted me to see. And when you can go everywhere, then it starts to fall apart. And I think that the way that Kalos was built, especially Kalos, I think that Alola would do much better in an open worlder format. I think a lot of what it was, I feel like it would fall apart, at least. And it's just it was made that way. It was I guess maybe not exactly a 2.5D game, sort of a weird usage of that term, but I feel like they would have to work extraordinarily hard, not just to make it. The region was big for one.
Yeah.
But I feel like they have to make it extraordinarily hard to like feel the same and look the same, just because it was so curated and they wanted it to be beautiful. That was the whole intent of the game. So
yeah,
and this doesn't even seem to, I don't know, and it's like it's fine also because it's like this isn't even Lumiose City. Like it is, but also
it's more or something.
Yeah, like I'm going on buildings. Like this, like it's fine. I'm climbing on a building. It's okay. I'll fight somebody on top of a building. It'll work itself out.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about sorry, on the building comment, I was reading something today where it was like on one of the sites where it was like, you'll see these little teleporters that'll put you this place, and eventually you'll get a Rotom glider. I was like, when is Rotom gonna get a pay raise? That guy's doing everything recently.
Yeah, do it all. It's amazing.
Lifting children up onto rooftops. Like, come on. But sorry, continue your point there.
I like that Rotom is like an infrastructural mascot now.
It really
Exactly.
is. It's kind of cool to see the evolution of it, honestly.
And it used to be like almost a legendary, and now it's like
For
basic
real.
infrastructure.
When I was a kid, that's 100% when I thought. First time I played through the Sinnoh games, I was like, oh, this is like mysteriously off to the side in this spooky little area with its own little lore in the TV. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is a legendary. And then, but now, yeah, now here it is. It's basically a mascot. What?
Did it get the music too? Didn't it get the fancy music?
One time it did, yeah.
Okay.
It does have its own battle theme.
Like, I'm not just like imagining that, right? Because that's the thing. I've even seen that people say, the other forms of Rotom should be catchable. So like the phone form should be another thing. It could be like and then get other types and stuff like that with it. I'm like, that'd be kind of cool. Like get your other forms available as well. But yeah, no, so the thing is like kind of with what you were saying there, which I think is really interesting. Is kind of closing off that open world thing where, like, I feel like Legends Arceus got a really big like criticism for being open world but not filled in enough, and I feel like it's really weird. Like it's an interesting shift where Pokemon, I think, is like made it where it's not as open. I mean, it's gonna be a big city, and I'm sure it's gonna feel big. But it's like I just think it definitely is an interesting shift to keep you in one location, but have it be definitely it looks like it's pretty filled to the brim. I mean, you can do the wild areas. It looks like there's shops, and I was reading even today, like there's like the cafes where you can heal your Pokemon and things like that, right? So like aesthetically, I think it's going to be very interesting to explore, not like a wilderness that they're trying to discover new Pokemon and things like that, but it's going to be like almost like rediscovering Lumiose City in this new
in a different way,
like we were talking about before. Yeah. Which I think will be really interesting, and like I wonder how much, like what I really hope they do with it at least is that they have like nods to things, if that makes sense. Like they have like
to like the region at large,
Easter eggs here or there, or you meet people. Kind of like this is I guess one of the next kind of little topics I had kind of on the list that we could talk about. Like in Legends Arceus, we definitely saw characters that were clearly related to other characters in the Sinnoh region. And
like Volo, Cynthia, all that.
Yeah. And so, like, part of me wonders if we're going to kind of get a similar thing. So maybe, like, we'll get visitors from other locations that you can clearly see. Oh, that's a person from, it's a gym leader relation. It's Diantha is the champion's name, right?
Yeah.
Diantha's, relative or something like that. Or, I mean, it could even be in the same timeline. So maybe they're not going to do that. I don't know. But I was like wondering, like, what nods are we going to get to the old region, and I'm hoping we get that.
Yeah, they've been really loving, like, I don't know, just family members recently.
Yeah.
Everybody in Arceus was like that, but like, I don't know, I was having trouble keeping up with it, how many like distant connections and family members they were making in Scarlet and Violet, because like I don't. There's a bunch of them, but like I don't know, Penny is the one guy's daughter, or like and all the kids from the Blueberry School are they some of them are related to gym leaders, which is cool.
Yeah.
I think it was something so short in the future where we have like, I think there's like a child character who is now at least a young adult. There has to be. I think it's probably going to be a lot more satisfying than Arceus was too, because it was fun in Arceus, just like pointing and being like, "Oh my god, that guy looks like
this person."
Wally or something. Oh, that's so like it looks like him, but it's like 1,000 years ago, so it doesn't even matter. Or like, the coolest things that in Arceus, because I mean, it was just like look at him, you know that guy. And I don't particularly like it when it's like, you know him, that's cool, right? It's like, well, that doesn't do anything for me narratively. But
Sure.
the something like, and this is the only one that's coming to me. I'm sure there were. I think there were more. I had this feeling a few times, even though it's like 1,000 years ago or whatever. It's just really, really old in the lore. But like, you fight the guy who is Wally, but he's like a ninja or something, and then after you fight him, he says he's like, dang, that was crazy. I'm gonna go somewhere that's warmer. I'm gonna go to Hoenn, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
And then I was that really got me. That did really get me. Of wow, like okay, that's there's some actual family history going on here that is more than just you know that guy, and this guy has that guy's face. So
Benny,
that should be more than possible with just like 10, 15, 20 years of, because I mean there were so many child characters, like they better have, I don't know. I mean, the lineup that I saw in the official stuff looks fine, but I want to see the kids, the rival friends, whatever you call them. I think that Tierno and Trevor and Chantal could all be lovely,
for real,
cool characters running around as like 20, 30 somethings, and any number of the gym leaders. They are. I guess some of them were old, but like Clement should probably be there. I would assume so. I guess I would be disappointed if they were like written out, but if they were like mentioned as is like, oh, he's not here. Like Clement's doing something. He's in a place in Kalos that you can't go because this game is only here. That might mess up my immersion a tiny bit. I might just be unhappy to not be able to see him as an adult, because like that's also really cool. Child characters, seeing them as an adult, especially in Pokemon, that's big time. Even just like as little as Kanto to Johto, like or red blue yellow to gold silver is like, wow, like this is awesome.
Major,
like they grew up
100%.
They're all cool now, kind of. Yeah.
Well, even like you were saying, I mean, Emma, being, with Looker and then being an adult here is going to be super cool. I mean, and the thing is, I agree with, with what you're saying there, where it's like having characters with, so for example, I mean, the first time I think we saw this is technically in probably Gold and Silver, Heart Gold, Soul Silver with Giovanni and Silver, right?
Yeah,
the connection. Like we saw, there's that, cutscene that I don't know if it was ever released like officially, or if it had to be done at a specific event or something like that. But you can go to the cave and see Silver walking away or see the scene where Silver like confronts his dad about how he's continuing with his crime life and stuff like that, and how he's going to be stronger than him and stuff like that, And so like having those connections I think would be super cool to see, like you're saying. Part of me, like I don't know if this is just me or not, but I've looking at the rivals or the the two characters that are I know the girl's name is Tawny. I can't remember the guy's name. It's Urbane and Tawny. To me, the red hair, I don't know, Lysander connections. I could be wrong on that. But if there is, I think that could be really cool. As long as if they do it right, like kind of like a similar aspect, maybe Silver Giovanni or something like that. That could be a really interesting tie-in.
Some fun.
So
I could see it.
I think that's a great shout out.
Silver is so, or I don't, that wasn't in Gold and Silver, I don't think, which is really interesting.
I don't believe so.
It was loose, allegedly. I might be imagining this, but I believe that was always, it was always planned. That was always planned.
Okay.
But they said it in Fire Red and Leaf Green, which I thought was really interesting.
They did, yeah.
And it was in the manga, which I'm a big head for the manga.
Manga's cool.
Very, very like loosely nodded to for years, and then in that scene, I mean, you just get like, you go through the whole game, and Silver's very noteworthy in how mean he is versus everyone else, and then just like, oh my gosh, like he has a good reason.
Yeah.
Like, makes sense.
Yeah, everything makes sense, and I don't know if that's possible, really. I guess with a slight fast forward, but it's just like an Arceus is so far back. It's like I don't know,
so
nothing
far back.
Like there's very little to get to make sense of, but I'm hoping for a moment like that. I mean, that really is that's the all-time best moment probably of like, oh, okay. Silver has a good reason to be so terrible, and
really cool.
He also figured out all this stuff despite this. That's really cool. But I think a lot of characters in X and Y had big ambitions that was very odd to not see play out in full. And one of those is just in like the base trailer is the guy. What is it? AZ? That the game's called ZA. The old guy is called
AZ. Yep.
I don't know what his deal is, but he's like running a hotel now, which feels like just a
really Hotel Z base.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a very poetic. I mean, maybe that's just. Surely he does something. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. It's fine if he doesn't. I already feel like I saw that. I was like, that's poetic. He's like a wandering, sad, disgraced king, and to house people is now that he has his long lost love. It's very sweet. It's very, like, maybe not a complete full circle, but I like that as a resolution for you. And
I agree.
The X and Y was also very unique for having something like I think about all the time. Like where sometimes the world, I guess, falls slightly flat for me. It's just because everybody's like, oh, Pokemon. Like my thing is Pokemon, and I'm like, well, I'm playing Pokemon, and like everybody's Pokemoning out here, but it's a world also. Like it's a life.
Exactly.
And so when somebody's like, I like to read books, that's really interesting in Pokemon. When somebody's a writer or a researcher, that is like they're like I research literature or something. I was like, that's fascinating because they just show me Pokemon here. And I guess it wasn't I don't know, this may be crazy, but like I have so much respect for Tierno as a character. I know this is huge gag. Everybody thinks Tierno is silly, but like how cool and interesting, like in the world of Pokemon, he's like, I don't care about all that stuff. Like I want to be the world's best dancer.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's so awesome. And so if he's not the world's best dancer in ZA, like it's a little bit of a misfire, I think.
That's such a great shout out. Like, I mean, if there's got to be like a rooftop concert somewhere, and Tierno is backing up, in the backup dancers, or leading the backup dancers or something.
Yeah,
that's a great shout out. I even love like the idea of Josh. Just the idea of what it even means to be a dancer in the Pokemon universe, because we literally have Pokemon that use dancing, choreography in their fighting. And so is Tierno using a type of swords dance, like an ancient art that, I just love the idea of that as well.
It's fun. I recently was so I played through my X recently, just in preparation for ZA. Played through X and then rewatched a lot of the XY anime as well. And there's like a whole episode on the dancing and how Trevor has this synergy with his partner. That's why he's so successful in some of these battles against Ash when they're kind of at the camp all together. And it's funny because then Ash is like, okay, well then I got to learn how to dance with Pikachu in the battle in order to beat Trevor. And Ash can't do it. Like he's out of step. It's not his thing. Like this is not Ash's thing. He's not the dancer.
That's so cool.
And it's only when he kind of falls back on who he is and what his style is and his relationship with Pikachu that he's able to overcome Trevor. But it's cool that I just was thinking about that. It's just such a fun dynamic, all of that, and that just kind of ties back into what we're talking about with the heart of this all. It's just such a fun. I'll see if I can find the episode because if you guys have I think it's on Hulu now, the XY series. I'll have to find the episode, and but the XY series is probably my favorite of all the anime series.
It's good.
It's really good, yeah. But anyways, it's just fun. So
kind of going back to ZA, or sorry, not ZA, AZ, not the game name, but the man's name. AZ, like, and just kind of talking about the hotel thing again. I had this thought when I was researching. I just like up a backstory again to make sure I remember details and things like that. He's, and you mentioned it, Drumish, that he's like a 3,000-year-old king. I didn't know this. I've forgotten this one, where apparently he also saw Mega Rayquaza like calm primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre, and it mentions that in Oros, and it's like this guy has seen, he's caused calamities. He's seen like Pokemon like demigods, calm calamities, and now he's like, I'm a step back and go to a hotel and just bring people some comfort. I'm just like, I agree with you that that's just a beautiful. Even if there isn't any more with him and he's just kind of a fun, or if
like
we do
NPC.
get maybe some minor lore drops from him or something, like I do think that is a cool ending for him, just because he's seen a lot and he's done a lot, and I like the piece that brings in a hotel.
It's tough to have a character like that, like just I guess like in like fiction in general. Because it's just like you said, like I would assume he knows everything. He knows untold lore, and then I mean Pokemon is very good about good and frustrating about, because you can't just talk to him. I can't just sit down and have like a conversation with him. I'm gonna get railroaded through something. But there's like a point of like you just said, doesn't he know everything? Tell me something. tell me about the world, please. Why is this happening? So it's very delicate to have a character like that. I get just like if you're writing a story, because it's like he could, if your players had complete agency, well, he could just tell you everything. He could tell you everything there is to know about the world. I've forgotten that about the thing with Oras. Yeah. He's there. He's not there, but or I think maybe Wallace is like he says something about him at the tree. It's a really cool nod. He's like, he gave us his tree.
I think he planted the tree at the Cave of Origin is what he did. Something like that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
that's
something
awesome.
like that. Yeah.
But I hope that he says some stuff. Like he's just there. He's running a hotel. Like he's just if he's truly just chilling now, and I guess I like it so much, like with what you say, because he's turned over a new leaf. All this horrible stuff that he did. I mean, that's the pain of heartbreak, I suppose. It was very striking to me in the first trailer. Like sort of like, I don't know, an inverse of something that's been fascinating me recently is certain cartoon characters, like say like top of my head is like Bart Simpson and Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Like I never see them upset. Like upset in like a really maniacal looking face. Like like the angry eyebrows and like a smirk or something. Like these are rare faces from these characters. And in this case, it was very, I thought, rare to see like not just like a smile from AZ, but like contentedness. Like I'm done kind of smile of like what a day this was. Not the most joy that life has ever brought me. Just like I'm chilling now. And I don't know. He's immortal or something, so I guess he can do whatever he wants. But
I think he and the Floette, they both get life forever at this point.
Okay, cool.
I would assume though that he that probably no like major impact on the story or anything for him specifically in terms of like character, because like that's the thing, is like his arc is done. Like he's because I assume it's I assume it's canon, but the Pokemon Generations episode, the episode's actually called The Redemption, where he like it shows all of his backstory, and then he shows up to the parade where they're celebrating Calum, the male player character in X, like the crowning of the champion, and he challenges him to a battle. AZ loses, but he thanks the protagonist for like freeing him from his sorrow, like basically like taking this burden off of his soul and kind of rediscovering like why he was lost in the first place, and then he's reunited with Floette. So like it kind of feels like he doesn't really need to do anything, but it's kind of fun that like after having gone through all of that, he can step back and do something as like mundane as running a hotel and supporting the new protagonist in the game. I would like to see some lore dumps, like you said, like you have all this knowledge, like you can at least give us some lore dumps, maybe like not a major impact on the story, but like just like a nice warm fuzzy NPC that we can just fall back to, and it's like this part of the game is kind of tough, this part of the game is kind of dark, whatever's happening we can go back to Hotel Z and hang out with him. So Yeah.
I have like a secret hope. So one of my favorite authors, Brandon Sanderson. I don't know if you guys have ever read his books before, but I know that he got his start by he specifically chose a job working a late shift at a hotel because he knew it was going to be slow, and so he could just write his books. So like part of me like is just really hoping that like AZ is like writing either like little fantasy stories that maybe have some like he's using some minor life experience, and so people can glean like little bits and pieces. Oh, maybe this is like something that's a lore dump or something like that, or maybe he's just doing like a little biography on himself after becoming a hotel owner. So I think that'd be like really cool just to imagine ZA or AZ just sitting there going like behind a typewriter or something like that. He still uses one, or something like that. I think it'd be really cool.
Absolutely. I think that history really needs to be a part of the game. I hope so, at least, because the I'm assuming that the primary conflict is rooted around because it's like I don't even they're not like restoring the city. It's like a reconstruction or something, and um I mean, I think it's deeper than this. It's certainly deeper than this, but like at a glance, construction project is happening. Bad company mishandles it, and the Zygarde's pissed. And
Zygarde,
that's
the natural order Pokemon, right?
Yeah,
that seems like what's probably bound to happen. But with like the it being in like we're not like getting it's a new town. It's like they're making the new town, and I assume you're helping. So I think it would be ridiculous for history to not be a part of that. Like,
right.
at least the history of the city, to be able to talk to people about what once was and what we are tearing down, and even like I don't know, like preservation. I assume that's baked into a conflict with Zygarde of like it's not necessarily a natural a the nature's order or whatever.
Yeah.
We don't really know what Zygarde does still. I don't.
Yeah, it's not
like I could take stabs at what Zygarde does, but Zygarde against what like Xerneas and Yveltal are confirmed to do still doesn't make a ton of sense to me.
Right.
Because it's like, I mean, in that context, I would just imagine it's like, oh, like Zygarde only comes out for like it's crazy when Zygarde's here. Like
it's not
like
good.
it's not just like good and bad. Like they're beyond good and bad. Like Yveltal is fine. Like things die. Like that's the
natural order.
This isn't like Yveltal's not evil and Xerneas isn't good. The order that was disturbed in X and Y was life and death itself.
Yeah.
So I don't know what like a town restructuring plan could possibly do to warrant the like the forces above life and death. So like it better be pretty awesome whatever they do. It's just like
for real.
So everything better be in play. Like I don't know, like arguments about preservation and history and like cruelty to animals or whatever, or just like nature better be like in shambles for this to be the Zygarde game. It better be big. I want Zygarde's moment to be big.
Well, and part of me wonders because with the Mega Evolution issues happen, like, there's going to be the rogue Mega Pokemon that are basically kind of like your Noble Pokemon. But I mean, the original Mega Evolution stuff initially happened because of the weapon from AZ.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, that energy flooded so it's like, I have to kind of like suspect that maybe this thing is a cover up for something else. Maybe they're using that energy again. They're messing with something that like you said, they're messing with a natural order, which life and death isn't. I mean, that's natural. Whereas resurrecting or bringing back life that wasn't supposed to be given back, like AZ did with the Floette, that's something that might be a little bit out of order. And so I get curious about like you said, it seems a little bit too like just high level to be where it's like, oh man, we're taking down, we're building more and stuff like that. I agree. I think it's got to hit the right points to make this hit home, and to use probably. I think the weapon's got to be somewhere in there. Otherwise, I'm like, that's such a waste of opportunity. I feel like.
So it's I don't really know how it fits, but And I'm like curious if I'll even like it in the end, because there were parts of Arceus that I did not, or certain Pokemon's handling that I just plainly did not like.
Yeah.
Just like Darkrai and Shaman, I thought were for like the literary in me, I thought it was weak. I thought it was boring.
Yeah.
Especially Shaman. Like go to the like I don't know. You told me they were awesome. That's like
yeah,
it's fine
exactly.
that there's a green hedgehog in a field. Like that's fine. I believe that, but you told me that Shaman is amazing. You told me that Shaman has power beyond myth. So where is it? Why?
What does that mean?
Why is it like this? And Xerneas and Yveltal have such an unusual place within canon, I guess, which wasn't fully explored. Like I famously bemoan about X and Y, but I mean, it wasn't even like summoning. I still don't really understand what Lysander did to get them to come out. It was like the cocoon of destruction or something, or they're in like some stasis or something. Obviously, those guys have to be in this game. I don't know how. I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to feel like I'm hedging, but like, how can they possibly be here? If they're somehow woven in the story, oh, that'd be awesome. Oh, that'd be so cool. But they're like they can't just be hedgehog in a field, or like they're so complicated. And he had to use something so complicated to get them to work originally. I guess I'm excited. I guess you know what I'm excited. Like that's an exciting prospect. I'm not gonna be negative for no reason. It's just like they're really unusual. Where do Xerneas and Yveltal fit into this?
Right. Yeah. They have to fit in somehow. Like Zygarde doesn't just show up without those two being a part of things. So
I hope so.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's the only way it would make sense, at least with what we've had revealed so far. So.
Well, I think Legends Arceus did it actually really well. Like because I mean, I know Arceus was kind of like in that story, it was kind of an overarching narrative, like character almost, like where it was kind of guiding you in a lot of ways, but it didn't really show up until the end, like once you had completed your journey in a lot of ways, you know?
Yeah.
But it still brought in the other trio well enough to where we got a good amount of lore for them. We got primal reversions for two of them. And so part of me wonders if we're going to get I don't know, something more like that. And I think I agree. Where it's
That's
just
a good point.
It needs to be there.
It's really good.
If it's not, and I think I'm hoping because of Arceus did it so well, as bringing in kind of some old lore, having them be the legendary Sinnoh and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was so cool.
It was what good writing that they misunderstood the concept of their god, and it was there were split factions that
it's so good. It's like so good, dude. Yeah, man.
It's so good.
I wonder.
I'm hoping
we'll get something unique with Yveltal and Xerneas. Yeah. I mean, especially if Zygarde's getting a mega form, that I would have to assume something. I don't know. I mean, they haven't said anything, so maybe it'd be just a complete surprise. But I'm really curious. I'm just looking at some of Zygarde's complete form Pokédex entries, and I think it's just natural. Like, saying like the orifice on its chest radiates high powered energy. It like houses like this insane weapon, enough power to overwhelm Xerneas or Yveltal. So I mean, I think that this is referring to like once it uncorks that power, that's the mega form that we're gonna see. And I'm just really excited to see it. Zygarde is already one of my favorite like design Pokemon, just of how unique it looks. And I'm also kind of on a Digimon kick playing Stranger of Time, and it looks like a total looks like a Digimon, and I love it. And I mean that in the best way possible. So yeah, man, I don't know. I'm just really excited to see that's part of my number one thing I'm excited to see is just more. And this goes back to what we talked about last time with like just it seemed like they were going to do more. Like there was literal evidence of they were going to do more with this region, with the lore with this region, with Zygarde specifically, and we never got it. And I would hope that they're tapping back into some of that they already had on file, I'm assuming, and then expanding on more of it, or maybe switching some things up with what's been released in the 12, 13 years since the original X and Y came out. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna find out here really soon. So it's crazy.
Yeah, this was. I was preparing for this slightly. I think that Arceus was. It was a good game, and I liked it. And I don't think it was like a tech demo or anything like that. But there's a lot inside of Arceus that really demonstrates to me that, like, I guess they were kind of warming up the Legends format.
Yeah.
The wide open expanses that are like really best spent just riding around rather than anything. And I mean this, and then ZA has this what looks like a really packed city. If it's a city and it's not packed, like it is going to hurt. It's really gonna hurt.
Yeah,
because there are places in Scarlet and Violet where it feels like that, and it's like
yeah.
I don't. I'm such a like I don't know like when I explore, like I'm so fidgety about it, and there's really only one place that feels good to jump around in, and it's I can't remember any of the names of the towns anymore, but where Iono lives, and it's there's the big circular bridge, and you can get on top of the buildings if you're really clever with your jumping.
What is it? What city is it?
This looks a lot more like that. Just I saw the pictures, like, oh, you're like climbing on buildings and stuff. It's a really good omen to me, I guess.
I agree.
But originally there was, I mean, the talk of this game is, well, why isn't it not Unova? That was what was next. I don't think that they're really thinking like that anymore. And I don't know what they're going to do next. I think it's just going to be, what stories can we tell?
Yeah.
But I think that I find it almost like too perfect that they said, like, okay, we're gonna like let's try doing a different type of game. And if we're gonna do a different type of game, obviously we have to fix the Kalos issue. But like we should probably test it first. And Arceus and Scarlet and Violet both feel like tests in some ways. Like I can't be too mad at them because it's like the start, hopefully the start of something new and really, really exciting. And I know that it's like it's odd because I don't think that they would ever, and it's not necessarily a mistake either. I don't think that they would ever put it in these terms, but I can definitely feel like artistic unfulfillment that would result in ZA being like coming out when it did and where it is, like, we can finally do this, we can finally fix Kalos. And then coming up with something beyond there. So like I get skipping Unova, at least for now. And I get like waiting, I suppose, like I was saying earlier, this I feel I guess that gives me like a lot of hope, I suppose, for like my longevity with this game, because I do have a lot of faith in them as artists. I have a lot of like and X and Y really stands out. Like without ZA or without anything, X and Y really stands out as like, well, it's not bad. I know, obviously, like I love it. It's great, but like shouldn't you finish your story that you were gonna tell? Like it seems like you wanted to. Yeah. Even. So I don't know. That gives me, I guess also like as a creator also, like that gives me a very good feeling about what this game is and why it's coming out when it's coming out. And just that hopefully this wait was worth it. From I was in high school. That's ages ago at this point. I wondered what was going to happen. So but it makes me happy that it also kind of seems like they did too, that they wondered what was going to happen, and that this was like this was picked. I guess the point of what I'm saying is like they picked Kalos on, like it's like we're gonna fix this. We like, sorry Black and White fans, but like we have unfinished business, and it needs to be taken care of. And it was when Arceus came out, everything Sinnoh. They I guess the Gen 4 remakes, like it was
BDSP.
Just, I don't know, everything just made sense. So like, and now that they're like just picking, it's like, well, obviously this is what they would pick. This is it's like that, you picking this instead of Johto or Unova, which is what I guess I heard the most. I don't that's not like a statistic or anything. I just heard those two a lot, and I had one friend and I were like, well, it could be Kalos. That could be really good, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, oh my,
but it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, like I didn't think it was gonna be Kalos. This Kalos is famously not that popular.
Yeah,
but maybe that's about to change
for sure.
Oh, it's so well, and it's crazy because I can't remember. Was it 2013 that X and Y came out or 2015?
2013. Yeah.
So I mean, this game is 12 years old now. They're coming back, and I completely agree with you there, Droomish, because I'm just like they went that's because I mean, in my mind, like marketing, I'm not necessarily that I'm good at marketing or anything like that, but in my mind, it would have made so much sense to drop Legends, True Dragon or Original Dragon, something like that, like whatever the original dragon was from Unova, right?
Mm-hmm.
That would have been, but I think, like you're saying, that choice is intentional. There's a story here. There's elements that they want to bring out, and I think this is technically the start of Gen 10. So it's like will be a very interesting. Like it's. I mean, this is the new stage. I agree there. I think there's definitely some intentionality. They were like, let's tell this story, and that like with you saying that gives me a lot of just a lot of joy and a lot of excitement to see the full breakdown of what this is going to be. And obviously, it's going to be people are going to be finishing out in 3 days or whatever. But one of my favorite parts about playing RCS recently and Scarlet and Violet is that I tried to stay away from the spoilers as much as possible. Like I watched official stuff, but I didn't look at the leaks as much as I could. And the pure joy that I felt in my soul just playing those games and seeing the story unfold and seeing the beauty that the company made was so fun. So I think it will be. I agree. I think this is going to be cool to see what they've been building up to for so long.
Yeah.
So, oh man, that's great. We do want to make sure that we don't take up. We could talk about this all day, and we do want to make sure that we don't take up too much of your time tonight. But before we end tonight, we do have some quick questions for you, just some rapid fire ones. As we're getting ready for the game, kind of ending up this talk, which is a ton of fun. I can't wait to hear your guys' reactions once I'll start playing it. It'll be so cool.
Yeah.
The first one we have for you is Legends ZA does introduce some new features. There's the open battle mechanic. There's things like that. So what are you hoping that just features wise in the game that might be new or is just goes hard? Like it's just perfect.
They nail it.
Like with the battle
or any feature
system, anything else.
Like the exploration, Mega Evolution revamp, battle mechanics, anything that you hope they just nail that you just are really eager to see.
I guess the exploration technically, but just the nooks and crannies of the city.
Yeah.
There were so many places in original Lumiose of just like, well, what's over there? Like, there's doors you can't quite get to, and there's a sewer system that you can't quite get to, and there's just all these little corners that I really wanted to get inside of, and I don't think that this game could eloquently have that same problem. So I'm very, very excited about the city.
Yeah. And not to divert too much from the rapid fireness of the questions, but I felt that playing through X again for the first, and I think it's really interesting how in original X and Y you go to Lumiose like super early in the game, like within like if you just play, you're there like within the first hour or so, and obviously they do this to like redirect you for the natural progression of the story, but you try to go one way, it's like, oh, this is closed off, and like, oh, that looks interesting. It's like, oh, we're doing something over here, you can't go here yet. And again, I know it's like get the player to go the way they want you to go at first. But for like a kid or me playing it for the first time or me playing it for the first time in like 7, 8, 9 years, it's been a while since I played through X. I was like, oh man, that's cool. I'm like, what is over there? I can't remember. I want to go over there and see. But so I really like how they did that. I'm also curious to see what they do in that regard. So nice. All right, next rapid fire question we have for you. Well, everyone's dying to know, Droomish. Which starter are you taking?
Chikorita.
Yeah.
No hesitation there. I love it. Has that been decided for a while?
Yeah, it had disarming voice in the first trailer, and it doesn't have that move in any other game. So
okay, yeah.
That's a very. I think it's finally gonna be very tight. So
it's been. I feel like we've all been dying for it. Like even like in tons of ROM hacks, it's always Grass Fairy. I'm like, just make it Grass Fairy. We need to see it. Everyone always knows.
I love that. I think Chikorita is calling to me too. I'm usually a fire guy, but like I love Chikorita, and I feel bad that it gets as much hate as much as it does, and so I love Chikorita. I think it's such a good bond. And obviously it's interesting that they're doing 2 Johto starters, and for some reason I'm like, I just love that they brought in Chikorita. I like Totodile. I don't know if this was the game for Totodile for me. I'm like, maybe another starter could have been great, but it'll be fun to see what happens because I'm thinking they're getting Mega Forms. I'm not sure, obviously.
Oh yeah.
That's actually bringing us to the next one that I do want to ask you. Is out of all the megas that we've seen, or the ones that you're hoping for, is there one that you're just really excited that you've already seen, or one that you're hoping to get that gets one?
I want a bug dragon, and I think my best chances are either Flygon or Yanmega. I just want to. I'll.
I just want it.
Yeah, like I don't know if Butterfree turned into a bug dragon, I'd take it. I just want a bug dragon. I just want a bug dragon.
Yeah.
Flygon is like, I guess, also unfinished business. That was explicitly confirmed in an interview. I don't know if they would come back to that after having said we can't do it.
Yeah.
Which is odd for them, but I would like a bug dragon. And I really liked Mega Victreebel that I saw in the it was fun.
Honestly, I think I've liked pretty much all of the ones they've revealed so far. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and I think they just killed the Kalos starter designs. I love each of those a lot. And I'm sure you saw it. I don't know if you saw it too, Logan, but I know in the trailer or the reveal for the DLC, that they flashed some of the Mega Stones on the screen, and like people are like,
yeah,
hey, that coloring didn't, like, to your point about Mega Flygon, it's like, hey, the only other 2 Mega Stones that have these colors are Mega Gallade and Mega Sceptile, and their Mega Stones don't look like that. So it's just fun to see people be like, just give us the Flygon. So yeah, but anyways,
Flygon, cool. Please.
I love it.
And then
please Flygon.
Yeah. Last rapid fire question we have for you: if you could explore one other city in Kalos besides Lumiose, like on this scale, or any other area, which would it be?
Probably the I guess kind of the central stretch below Lumiose.
Yeah.
Where there's multiple castles and those I mean, it's a route. I'm not going to get the route number.
I got you, yeah.
It's like the first the bug gym leader is in this town, and then to the left of it there's just so much great stuff. There's the
look at it right
there's
now.
The place based on the Palace of Versailles. There's the battle chateau. There's this beautiful river. There's a farm. There's the gemstone cavern. Like that.
Yeah.
That central location was,
it's so good.
And there was so much, like, the gemstone cavern was said to like be loosely associated with Diancie, and there was some weird stuff going on at the palace, and there was kind of like a church-like structure in that one town where a guy can tell you about Hoopa also. I think it's the only guy in X and Y who, besides the person who gives it to you, who can narrate about Hoopa. So just a lot of cool stuff in that area that I like. I think it's my favorite, like, I don't know, like picture taking place also. I love all those.
I like, and then there's
spots.
the to get to it's the cave. I think it's like Glittering Cave. It's the route where you have to ride a Rhyhorn to get to it. That's another one of those areas where when you get on the Rhyhorn, it changes the camera angle, and then when you get off, it changes it again. That's how you can see certain items too. Like you'll be on the Rhyhorn and you can't see stuff, and you get off and you're like, oh wait, there's an item down there. And you have to get back on and kind of go through this hidden area. It's stuff like that. I think it's another fun area where that is. I'm just looking at the map now. That is also in that kind of southwest area of Kalos. I like that area a lot. So, anyways,
that's so cool. Now, the thing is, it's just there's gonna be so many things that are possible, and I'm super hyped. we want to thank you tonight, Drumish, for sharing some time with us, going down memory lane of X and Y, and exploring our hopes and dreams for what ZA can bring. Before we end tonight, we want to give you any time if you want to plug anything you're working on, anything you're excited about, any shout outs you want to do, and then we'll wrap up. So time is yours.
Go to my YouTube, please.
We'll plug it.
It's pretty good. Drumish on YouTube. Don't have much else going on.
There you go. What more than that?
I love it. I love it so much. Thank you again, Drumish, and everyone out there. Thank you so much for joining us today. Josh and I are going to be continuing with our Pokemon Elite Redux Soul Link on the 2.5 version. We're going to see if we're going to make it through Victory Road. It is brutal on us. And then we've also dropped some recent videos. Josh has been looking at the buffs and the cool things that they did for the Pika clones in Elite Redux. And we're working on some series behind the scenes as well. So keep your eyes out for those in late winter time. So thank you everyone again for joining us. Thank you again, Drumish. And this is Logan, Josh, and Drumish signing off. We'll see you guys.
See you, everyone.